Alright guys, what's up? This is Croy. Here's our last segment of the session today. Uh, Alcaraz has been doing a lot of really crazy things today, so we're gonna call that with ace five, and we're gonna bet out pretty quickly. And of course he calls quickly. Alright, we're registered in a lot of things, so we're gonna be getting a lot of tables up here probably. We're registered in a 554 man. We're registered for a 570 2 man also. A 500 regular, 500 4 man, a 300 4 man, and a 334 man. So we're going to be getting a lot of action. And here we go. Just calling with the Jack 10 here against Mr. Miserable. Been running him over so far this match. Just going to keep calling again. Not a good river for us. But we're gonna see what he has. Ace Jack. So. All right, that was for the 4 man, so we won that. I'm just gonna check this river against Mr. Miserable. Kind of want to see what kind of hand he mucked there. Ace high. So he will bet flops with ace high. Alright. Interesting how I folded 7-6 versus one opponent, but called against another. I've been doing that because first of all, I don't really have as much information on two-pair data. We've only been playing 4 minutes, as I have a little bit of a history with Mr. Miserable. Second of all, I know Mr. Miserable has been getting run over and is a lot more capable of bluffing. So if I hit a gin flop, I think I'm a lot more likely to get paid off pretty big. So that's the reason why I did that. And again, defending with those kind of hands are just really like a personal preference. It's not too bad if you do. It's not criminal if you fold them. So. Leads out at us. Pretty sure we'll just let him have this one. We're gonna 3-bet him, Mr. Miserable here with the King 6. We haven't 3-bet him in a while, and he folds. Make these tables a little larger since we only have 2 running right now. Also going to join the 1K regular speed. I like the quality of action you get in here, really not. A lot of times you'll play tilted opponents, and those are my favorite to play. A lot of it too is because of the entertainment of chat value that you get from those. It's just classic. So we're registering a lot of things. Hopefully they come up pretty soon, so we can get a lot of hands in, a lot of 20s in. just call min raise pretty much with any two. Flop middle pair, turn two pair. Kind of hoping he has an ace here. And I think that we will get called off. Yeah. If we get raised, it's not a good sign. But he would call with an ace there, so I'm just going to call with it. A very pretty hand. Flopped a double gutter. And we're just going to call since he did fire one barrel with the ace high before. Just call and see what he has. Turned a pair. Also brought the flush. He doesn't really seem concerned about that card. I don't think that's a bluff too often, so I'm going to fold. And we'll show him that we will dump hands from time to time. We aren't going to raise every single button. So we'll dump some pretty trashy hands like Jack 4. Don't want him to think we're playing unbelievably fast and have him try to get cute with the hand. We're going to see how two pair dad responds to a 3-bet. Okay, we're going to make this one medium. Hope not to get shoved on. I'm not going to call a shove, but this is the perfect kind of hand to two barrel on. Okay. Now gonna make a really strong bet and not fold. So hopefully he's not too strong, but he jams on us. Now we're priced in to call. But I do like that play. He's gonna fold a king. I wouldn't expect him to fold. I probably wouldn't fold a king against me, but any other hand, a flush draw he has to dump. Doesn't have to do anything, but I mean a flush draw he should dump. A 4 definitely dumping. Yeah, but not a good result there for us. I'll have to pair in a flush draw against Mr. Miserable. Gonna keep at it strong. River our flush, gonna bet stronger. And we're just gonna check it down here against SASAK. And he just insta-called us on the flop with a deuce. And he called and mucked, so our partner's carrying us today. Just having a lot of really good results. I'm just gonna fold the Jack 7. Much rather be in shipping mode. So just ship this from the button. Up against King 5. Only flop trips. You always want to be the aggressor. Even late. I like playing pretty fast whenever they have about that many chips. I don't mind getting it in there, but I won't shove just any two. Always. It's just I like to shove at moments where it is believable or I have a good hand. Gonna check behind the ace queen here. I'm gonna call the ace high. Wrote a nice card. I'm gonna bet out pretty quickly and see if he'll call us with a 9 or a 4. Hopefully he's not thinking of getting tricky. No, he just called. We'll check what he had. I assume he'd have a 9, probably. Yeah, not 9-4. Both a 9 and a 4. So now we noticed that on those turn bets, whenever he bets that, he's not really betting. I don't think he would typically, anyways, from playing him a few times before. But he wouldn't bet with just random junk. So he does have a piece. Just gonna fold our ace high after learning that 10 high flush draw. It's not worth it. I think these tables are a little larger. Also, if you have any questions about the videos, why I played a particular hand the way I did, you can just email me, and I'll try my best to, on my downtime, to just respond to those emails. I want to be as interactive with you guys as possible, and just really refer me to the video and the time, and I'll try to check it out. Or if you guys think I'm not doing a good enough job explaining certain aspects of what I'm doing, then again, just let me know, and I'll do my best to correct it. Alright, we did our 4x with the 2 kings. Hopefully he caught some piece of the board. He didn't. Alright, flop 2 pair here. Gonna just fire out quick c-bet. Gonna fire out the turn fast also. And there are 3 straights out there, which is not too good of a sign for us. And the river just completed a 4-card straight. Not really much value in betting, so we're gonna check. We'll see if our hand disappears. Now we got a winner. Called us with just a naked 8. So, from his perspective, I actually like some kind of bet there, because it's tough for me to call with a 4-card straight on board, and it's a really good bet to put pressure on. But thinking a while and then eventually folding, or eventually just conceding the pot after calling 2 straights just with a naked 8. I really like that. I like having a river plan if certain cards come out, rather than just playing real fit or fold like he did that hand. But yeah, going back to that, anytime you guys have questions, just shoot me an email, CroixDawg at HeadsUpSitAndGo.com, HUSNG.com, and yeah, I'll do my best to whenever I'm not playing, to respond to it. There's also my coaching page. Always up for any type of coaching. Probably do it through Skype, and yeah. So I really want to get interactive with you guys during this whole thing, and if something needs explaining, or just have a question about any article, any blog, any video, just try to shoot me an email and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Flop bottom pair here against the 60. We'll call and see what this bet's about. Turn brought a flush draw. I expect him to just have a 10 here a lot. Bets out pretty hard. Not worth calling, really. Gonna bet out here with the 2 threes, hoping for a fold. We actually turned a perfect card, so we're gonna keep getting aggressive and hope that he flopped a piece. That's a great sign for us. And we're up against the king 8, so hit another gin turn card. Hitting nice cards is always fun. But say the turn did brick. Or brought the three of hearts, still betting out strong again. Can't always put your opponent on a flush, obviously. Yeah, just betting out pretty strong again. And if it doesn't come a three, it's just gonna go check check. And yeah, but hit a nice turn card. It's always good for us. And now we're gonna sweat this 550 final with partner Frank Thomas, and also check out the lobby. Let's see if there's anything. We're gonna sit with this guy again. We dominated him pretty easily before, so we'll sit with him again, and also sit another. Also sit another lobby. Try to get a few more matches in before calling it a day. So he's got a pretty solid lead here against the guy that I lost to. Let me try to pull up some hands from that match that I lost to him. See if I can't really recall offhand. I think that is the match, I believe. So yeah, we lost this big pot. Making a play at it. I still like our play. It was one of our few times three betting him, and the hand didn't really matter. Just like I like three betting opponents a lot. Generally, I think it's a really valuable tool, and based on a lot of things like what his stats are dictates how often I will, and just knowing the kind of player, like a player like Fafa 39, he will. There's some days when he will just call any three bet, and he just plays really he plays really obvious post flop. He doesn't make plays at the pot. He'll just play his hand for what value it is, and Frank hit a nice three river there. And he'll play his hands pretty face up. So I like three betting him a lot, just because it doesn't really matter what my hand is. I'll take it down a big percentage of the time by just c betting the flop, and so I think you need to really you need to know your opponent a little bit, and I don't know. I really advocate three betting a lot. I like to do that in my matches. Play a pretty aggressive style. Hopefully we can get a few more matches up before we call it a night. If not, this might be the last one. Another really important thing, I think, is always being comfortable when you're playing. Never forcing yourself to play. And whenever you are playing and you do feel a little bit tilted, I guess getting a little bit unlucky consecutively. I don't really like to use the term running bad, but running. Gonna fire another barrel here with nut flush draw and just give it up on the river. Actually, we have a winning hand, so that's good. But it's important to stop. If you're not playing well, it's nothing really good can come of it. Yes, in the short term, you could run above expectation and win, but if you're playing at a level that you don't feel comfortable with, or in monetary value wise, and you are probably outskilled by your opponent, it's just not a wise thing to do. So I would definitely not recommend ever jumping up in stakes to play just because you're stuck a few buy-ins, just to try to get it back in all one fell swoop, or whenever you're feeling pissed off, just playing your regular games. I think it's really essential to just be able to take breaks and cut yourself off and know when you're not playing well. Alright, so we have middle pair here. Not really liking it too much after that bet. Probably fold a few bets here in the river. That turn bet looked like it really wanted to get value out of us. Yeah, I don't really see him bluffing here too often. Although those even chip bets usually, if I had to pick win big bets or bluff, I think that these even chip bets are the ones that are bluffs, but I don't think so in this case. I think that most likely is a king, or maybe a hand like king 7. Just call on the turn, and we just rivered a straight. Bet it out pretty quickly and fold to a raise. So again, about even. Going to keep being aggressive against him from the big blind. The advantage we have by just betting out, we're going to probably two barrel here. Don't really put him on an ace too often. But he looks like he might stick with it after instaing us there. So I'm just going to check. And I'd expect to see a king. Not even a king or queen. So maybe a shove would have worked there. Maybe not. We'll applaud him, tell him nice call. And just put that one in our mental bank. He thinks we're going to play super fast, which we are playing pretty fast. So once we make a hand, we're just going to just keep going. Check behind these fours here. Make a little bet of 60, and he folds. I just like putting in that 60 because the guy will call with a hand like ace high, and then we can just check. We can just check the river. We don't really want to give him control. We don't really want to call a 120 or a 150 chip bet. So that bet gives us control of the hand, and he'll probably check the river. So even if we are beat, we wouldn't have to contemplate paying something off. My flop top pair and the ass end of a gut shot, or the ass end of an open ender. I'm just gonna call again, and we'll see what he does on the river. Checks. This hand I would expect something like 10-7, 10-8, Jack 7, Jack 8, and he had Jack 8. A hand that looks like it wants a good value. What he was thinking is getting value. I definitely don't blame him. Just gonna fold this middle pair here. I think he has a 9 high percentage of the time, and I really just don't want to tangle after that. But back to his hand. Yeah, I think it's a bet that he thinks that he's putting in a value bet with, and I'm actually gonna do a small check raise here. Don't think he has a king often, and he baby raised us again. Pretty tempting to just chase just for the gut shot, but we'll save our chips and fold. And then, yeah, the River King, he's not getting called by anything worse, so just check, check. I'll put in a little 60 here. Probably look for him to call with ace high. Or sixes or fives, something like that. Did call with ace high. So this is the hand we're looking for. Worst turn in the deck. I think we should call here, but I think we're chopping enough to make it worth it. But worst turn in the deck gets there and hurts us. Oh well. Don't really want to make it 200 here. Don't want to make it enticing for him. But he beats us in the pot, and we're off to the flips. Going to be a tough one for us to win. Yep. So not too good of a match. I like the way we played a lot of hands. The big hand he won was the hand where we double barreled our Jack 9, knowing he really isn't going to have an ace too often, and making him make a tough decision with the king, which for him was not as tough a decision since he beat us in the pot. And we'll get a rematch. So I'm going to ask him if he wants to play 2, and then we'll close it out. But yeah, this is our this is an opponent I think that we would have a pretty good time with in the long term playing. And he's not going to multi-table us, so we'll see if we can get one more gun for the end of these. Alright. I think I'm going to unregister from everything else and just make this our last match of the day. Three bet him here with the King Jack. I like the way it'll play. And I think that he'll fold a lot, which he did. Okay, so we're off to a nice little chip lead against him. Check behind again. And we'll just check behind the river. We'll min bet our turn 5 and just fold to his raise. And usually I like to call these baby 3 bets just because of the implied odds you get. This hand isn't very pretty at all, but against him I think we really have his style down, and really are going to take advantage of that later. All we have to do is make a hand. He's calling every 4x we make it, so all right, we're gonna go with this hand. If I can't picture him having an ace-6, or if he has 6-5, he has 6-5. I can't picture that too often. I think he's gonna fold this a lot, get in all flush draws, and yeah, we're just going with our hand. So we'll see if we, yeah. So he has a pretty big draw that got there on the river, but it's really tough to put him on a hand that was beating us. So don't really mind getting in there too often, even though that is probably one of the worst hands we can see. The worst drawing hand we can see. Just going to fold to Jack-9. I think it's pretty important not to give up in these two. Not to just ship in any random two. I'm obviously shipping the Queen-9 because it's a better than average hand. But not get too upset and just ship in any random thing. So there's one double up for us. Just check behind our 7-9, flop the huge hand, never folding. I'll ship in this queen high too, with only 10 big blinds. I think that's pretty standard, and calling all in here. Good flop for us. Hopefully into 3 or 4. Great turn. And a good river. So now we're up to 640. Got some chips to work with. Just going to min raise this ace-4. Just check behind the flop. There are a lot of hands that if I bet 90, he's just going to ship in with, like any one of these with a 10, any one of these with a 6, he's probably shipping in. Alright, we'll min raise our 7-8. Probably going to see bet a lot of flops if he doesn't re-raise us here. Yeah, this is a pretty safe flop to continuation. And he'll fold. Can't really picture him having ace high pre-flop, or queen, or a deuce. So that continuation bet's going to work a pretty high percentage of the time. Don't think he's going to call us with a jack high or anything. Maybe a king high. Actually, probably a king high the way he's been playing. And just going to fold to queen 7 here. And gonna bet get this in. If he has a 7, he has a 7. If he has a queen, he has a queen. Yeah, he probably has a 7, but not folding. And drawing dead. Even though we did hit the nut flush on the river. Okay, so not too good of an end for the session. But overall, I think we had a winning day. Frank's performance on the 4-mans were key, and yeah, but not a good ending versus Stir It Up. But no worries. Hopefully get them next time, and logging off for now. And if you guys have any questions about these videos or anything, like I said, feel free to shoot me an email, CroixDawg@HeadsUp.com, and hopefully I'll be talking to you soon. Take it easy.